to the Girl Dad Show.
Welcome to the Girl Dad Show, a professional parenting podcast. Each month, I interview entrepreneurs, leaders, and professionals who are balancing parenthood, life, and profession in the hopes to learn what it takes to be an amazing professional parent. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Girl Dad Show. This is part of season 2, where I talk to you about my professional parenting journey, intermixed between amazing interviews with awesome professional parents. And this will be the Girl Dad Talk number 10. And what I want to talk to you today is about, getting back on the travel bandwagon with my kids and the most pressing holiday that we have coming up, which is Halloween. So me and my girls are super excited about Halloween, and it's going to be awesome. Halloween here is incredible. And it's mostly incredible because the community I live in is insanely cool. It's so nice. We have this really amazing family community feel. We live in a cul-de-sac with I'd say that 70% of the homes on our cul-de-sac have young kids, and they're all in the kind of age group of 3 to 14 or something like that. But the vast majority of them are 3 to 10. And so it's just an amazing community. And then the community at large is also very, very family focused and community focused. And so although in the beginning there wasn't that many people that lived here yet because it was a new development, it was still very community focused and feeling. And so we didn't do Halloween here our first year. We went to Austin to visit my best friend who also moved here, Kevin, and his partner, Charlie, but a husband, Charlie, sorry. I forgot they got married. And we went down there, and that was also really fun too. They had a really great community feeling trick or treat. Everyone was out, and there was these people. It was just amazing. Just the amount of focus and energy they put into creating that community and feel. But last year we did it here because there was more people here, and we started to get to know our neighbors more. And we, as a cul-de-sac, walked together with all of our kids around the community. And it was just so fun, and just it's just an amazing feeling to, have my kids growing up kind of similar to how I felt I grew up, with a community of other kids. I mean, I think for me, it was mostly my family. We had a lot of cousins our age. But our girls are growing up with just neighbors and kids their age that are just basically just in and around us. And Halloween is a really great example of the community here coming together and embodying what I've always wanted for my family. The sense of community and the sense of family, and it's really exciting. So it's a really, really interesting thing to watch and be a part of, coming from the Bay Area, where everyone is so busy and things are so packed in and so tight. And I don't think it's bad, right? I think it's great, but I'm just so much happier here with the space and this kind of more communal feel. It's not these planned things where you have to meet with friends and then you organize it. Everything is more structured and planned, and I think just due to the fact that, there's just more people are busier, there's density. I'm not entirely sure if that's all of it, but there's a lot of reasons like that. And then here it's things seem to be a little bit slower, and it allows for a different type of feel, and people want to know more about you and your health and your interests and your hobbies. Much more than, how do we maximize this time because I need to focus on my career and money and, making ends meet and all those things. So I'm really excited about Halloween, and it's going to be really good. Last year, Grace was Minnie Mouse and Lily was Raya, because that was the big movie back then from Disney. And then this year, Lily's going to be Maribel from Encanto, because she loves that movie. It's the new Disney thing, right? And then Grace is going to be Minnie again. So she really loves the Minnie Mouse outfit. So she's really excited about that. But last year, Amy and I dressed up, and I'm not entirely sure we will this year, but I don't think they really need us like they did. And so we probably won't, because it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work getting all these kids set up and ready, and then having to walk everywhere, and then they get tired and you have to bring a stroller and all this other stuff. Cause, the community is pretty large. I mean, these are all large 1-acre homes. So getting one house to the other is pretty much a workout, but, I do just wanted to share with you that's kind of one of the big things that we're looking forward to, and then being able to spend that with our neighbors and being able to like do this like 2 mile walk with them and just like talk about life and have our kids trick or treat together and just kind of grow up together. These are going to be like core memories that they have for the rest of their lives, and it's going to be really amazing, especially because there's so many more people that have moved in, and the community is basically almost all done. The other thing that we're really trying to focus on right now is travel. Amy and I used to travel a lot before kids, and we made the hardline goal to continue to travel at least twice a year, with the kids. And instead of like waiting for them to, grow up to a easier age for them to travel, we just decided to just bring them along and make it work. We've done that all the way until the pandemic, and we kind of stopped about a year or two ago. And we just started to go traveling again last year, and we started doing local trips to San Antonio and exploring the local areas. And we've done a couple of flights. We went to Montana and Wyoming the other month, and then now we're going to go to San Diego for Legoland. And so I'm really, really excited about this because by the time you listen to this, we'll have been back from Legoland, and it's just for me, it's like a sign of kind of getting back to the way things used to be. And one of the big values and things that we wanted our kids to grow up with was this idea of traveling, because traveling, I feel like, is the easiest way. It's expensive for sure, but the easiest way to, I think, open people's minds. It's really fascinating to see how different people, even in the states, like going state to state feels like completely different world sometimes. But definitely going on an international trip or going on even a domestic trip into another state, you get to experience how different people live, and how people that are the same but they live differently, or they think differently, or they talk differently. And it just does so many things to your brain, right? It like really like helps you understand that like you're a small piece in a bigger world. There's different ways of thinking. There's different ways of eating food. There's different foods. There's different cultural like values. There's different points of views. It just really like helps you open up your mind, subconsciously and through experience. And I'm hoping to saturate the kids with that, so they always grow up, just always knowing that, we don't just live in a small town in Texas, which I do love. And I love that they're growing up in that kind of country feel where they, get crickets and frogs in jars and stuff. But I also want them to know that this is just one small thing in a bigger world, because I just want them to be exposed to different types of people and different types of communities and cultures and ways of living. And so it's really important to me that they do that. And I feel like the times in my life that I feel like I've really grown as a human being, personally and emotionally and professionally even, has been when I've traveled to newer places. And I will say, even sometimes domestically to new states, just traveling to new states and seeing how people think and live has also helped me create like empathy and understanding and opened my mind a lot. But definitely traveling internationally has helped that a lot. And so I really know that that's been beneficial for me, and it's made a huge impact on how I think about the world. And so I really think that it's a very important thing for us to get back into doing. And so that does require a little bit more planning, obviously, because now the kids are in school. It does require a little more money, which is hard because, times are really weird right now, and money seems to be a little bit less stable as it used to be. And then obviously I want to, make sure that we're stable and good. And it's tricky to do that, but I think there's a way to like incorporate that in. And Halloween's going to be amazing for this coming holiday, because it usually means the start of the actual holidays, which is Thanksgiving and Christmas, which I'm super excited about. And I'm really excited about Halloween, and I'll try to post some photos of us over social media if you want to follow, of my girls in their outfits and us trick-or-treating. And you can see the entourage that we create in our cul-de-sac as we walk together. It's like we're like 30 or 40 people strong. But I really do hope you have a great Halloween, and I hope you guys get lots of candy and you have a ton of fun, and you find your community. And whether that's going with your best friends or your kids' best friends, or them figuring out how to do that. But I do hope that you guys have a great Halloween and holiday, and it sets you up for success and helps you think about how you want to celebrate your Thanksgiving and Christmas, and obviously the wrap up of the year. And as always, please let me know if you have any comments, thoughts, or feedback for me on what you want me to talk about, and if there's any business you want me to talk more about, or if there's any questions you have about how I think about parenting, I'd love to hear it. I am trying my best to be the best dad that I can be, and I'm interviewing a ton of really great parents to, get that information to do it. And I'm hoping that, me talking about my experience is also helpful for you on your journey as it is for me on my journey. Um, so please give me feedback, comments, and thoughts. But I do actually, now that I think about it, I do kind of want to update you guys on some of the professional stuff. So there are a lot of moving pieces right now with the businesses that I'm building. So the consulting business, there's some really fun stuff happening there with a I've just been able to really work more closely with someone and design a framework. And her name is Jamie. She's my director of business operations, and she's been insanely good at just soaking in the processes and systems and what we do here, for operation support, and has taken over basically a lot of clients and work so that I can focus more on a new job that I'm entertaining right now, and I'm hoping to announce very soon here. But there's a lot of changes that are happening right now, and a lot of things are in flux. So it's hard for me to say one way or the other right now. But there's just a lot of really, really exciting things happening. But it all starts with the idea that, Jamie is able to help me systematize what it is that I do, and help me figure out like the framework and the process that I follow to build up service businesses. And so I've been working really heavily on that, and it's very exciting because I I don't actually like know how to explain why I'm so excited, except for like there's like 10 million reasons, but there's like one or two major ones, like one is personally when I think about having a framework or a process or something that I have a system for, doing what I do. It makes me personally excited. Makes me very, very happy because I've done a lot, especially as it relates to building businesses and starting businesses. And, since I was 20 years old, starting a restaurant to, um, you know, what I mean, God, I've started so many businesses. It's unbelievable. But before I was even 30, I started I want to say half a dozen businesses. And so it's really, really exciting to see the culmination of all of these different experiences come into like a thought process that I can then package up and be able to help more people with it. And it's not anything sophisticated, but it is really exciting for me personally. And then two, what's really cool about it too is that like my biggest thing that I try to coach people on or teach people on business is try to your best to build at least 80 or 90% of the stuff you do into systems. Make it systematic, make it a process, make it something that's repeatable. Because if you can do that, then you can optimize it so you can do it in less time, or you can find someone else to do it and you can measure their success very easily because you've systematized it, right? And so you can start scaling and finding more time to work on more valuable things. And so it's kind of like full circle because I've never been able to take my own medicine, and more recently I've been able to do that. And a huge contributing factor is that Jamie has been really helping me find that time to think, and also helping me fine tune the process by watching her do it. And it's just been really great. And so I'm super excited about this. And if you are, I'm most likely gonna launch something with it, right? Package it up and start distributing it out. But I guess the ask here is that if you are a service business, or you know of a service business owner, that is really good at what they do because they're passionate about it, right? And they're making good, revenue, and they're starting to make money because they're passionate about it and they're good at it. But they're basically working a full-time job, right? And they just don't know how to take this ownership, where they basically have created a full-time job for themselves and then actually become a business owner, where they can make that switch to being an owner versus an employee of their own business. That's really who this is for, and I think that, these tools and systems and these things that we're creating will really help those business owners that are running these businesses because they love it and they're just really great at it, right? These systems will help you make that switch to do it because it's fun and be able to do it, but not be required to do it if you need to, right? So if you know anybody like that, please let me talk to them, because I'm trying to avidly interview as many people as I can, get to know as many people as I can. I want to test my framework and process and really see if this can be helpful for people before I really distribute it at mass scale. But I just wanted to share with you a personal, like professional project that I'm kind of working on. It's been organically in the works over the last 2 years, consulting. And now that I'm like, possibly like thinking about getting a full-time job here, moving towards a full-time role, depending on how things work, in the market and how things ride out. It's really fun to have this little side project because it's pretty low effort and time, but it could mean that I could like scale this, this methodology that I've created. So I'm not sure if it'll work, but I'm really excited about it. And I know it's so silly because I'm always talking over the last month or two about slowing down and doing less projects, but I'm adding another one like this. But I think it's probably the reality of how I'm going to work. I mean, I think all my closest friends have told me this. They just said, it's so stupid for you to try to build all these assets so you can be semi-passive, because I just don't imagine a world where, I'm not tinkering or building something. And so I think there's a lot of truth and merit to that, but I still want to focus on finding more time. So it'll be a constant contradiction and battle, and you'll be on that journey. Yeah, you'll be on that journey because I'll talk about it here and I'll share that with you. But it's like the battle is between, spending time with my kids and being able to feed my desire to build businesses and tinker and stuff. So I'm not entirely sure if I'm at the cusp or I'm like at the end, but I'm excited to share that journey with you and hope you enjoy it, and I hope it helps you on your journey. And thank you so much. And we'll talk soon. Please let me know if you have any suggestions, comments, or feedback, or if you want me to unpack anything more. And as always, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate your support. This podcast has been a labor of love, and it is probably one of the most important things to me in my life, as silly as that sounds. Like on a personal note, if people ask me, hey, when I'm not building businesses or trying to be a super dad, like, what would I do for my downtime? It's this. I would love to be a podcaster interviewing professional parents for a living. And that would be amazing. And I'm not there yet where I can do that, but I hope to be there someday. And you tuning in and supporting this is super helpful for me. And I appreciate it more than you possibly know. Thank you, and have a wonderful Halloween. Thank you for listening to The Girl Dad Show. Did you know that our website is full of really fun products, like the shirt I'm wearing? Visit thegirldadshow.com to shop our t-shirts, hats, mugs, and more. And follow our social channels to hear about our latest sales.